Last weekend I crashed into the Armco barrier at Circuit Zandvoort with my 1969 Lotus Europa. Luckily, I walked away unhurt. The car, however, appears to be a total write-off. But this video is not so much about the crash, it's about what comes next. What exactly happened at Zandvoort? Based on everything I know, the left rear tire started to smoke shortly after I began braking in a straight line.
Most probably, a uniball joint on the top wishbone had broken off.
Within a fraction of a second, the car became unstable and snapped into oversteer, sending me towards the Armco barrier. I applied opposite lock immediately, but there was no way to recover it. The impact was hard. The car hit the barrier carrying a speed of 74 kph. First with the left front corner and then with the left rear. The body is damaged beyond repair. The chassis is severely bent and both left-hand suspension assemblies are damaged. But this is not my real problem. The real problem is that this wasn't just bad luck. Clearly, the rear suspension of my Lotus Europa is not bulletproof. Despite the extreme loads of racing, the car has always been maintained to a very high standard. Every critical component is inspected on a regular basis. Yet, this was already my second crash caused by a sudden rear suspension failure. I've made a separate video about the first crash in 2024, which you can find via this info card. After two suspension failures like this, I can no longer justify rebuilding the car around the same rear suspension concept. I could never trust the car again because I was always waiting for the next failure to happen. How should I drive fast with that fear in mind? So now it's time to rethink. Not if the project is going to continue. Stopping was never an option. But how can I continue and regain confidence in the car? Something fundamental has to change. So far, I tried to use the original rear suspension geometry and improve that with components like polyurethane bushings and uniball joints to add stiffness and adjustability. But I've reached a point where I no longer believe the original concept is the right foundation for the job I'm asking it to do. For the future, I'm going to scrap the concept of the Europa's original sheet metal trailing arm completely and put triangular double wishbones in place. I could, for example, go for a Type 47 style suspension or choose the proven solution engineered by Spyder Cars. Since my car is not restricted by the regulations of FIA Appendix K, I have some freedom from a rulebook perspective. But not everything is available on the market at all times, and of course, the car should be back on the track somewhat soon. My deadline is next year, and maybe, just maybe, it's even possible to reach the last race of the 2026 season. So what's next? The search is on. At the moment, I'm evaluating my options available on the market. I'm based in Germany, and I'd prefer to inspect major components like a chassis or body shell in person before buying. I'm prepared to travel anywhere in Central Europe if the right parts become available. Smaller components, however, can easily be shipped from the UK, the US, or anywhere else in the world. If you know of an unfinished Lotus Europa project, a dismantled car, or someone who might have the parts I'm looking for, I'd really appreciate hearing from you. Even if you're not sure whether it's relevant, every lead could help. I am particularly interested in Spyder chassis and Spyder rear suspension components, Europa S2 body shells and windscreens, Banks engineering or Type 47 style suspension components for the rear. I would even consider buying a complete donor car or unfinished project if it helps getting my Lotus Europa racing car back on track. If you think you can help, please get in touch via the email address shown on screen. Whatever happens next, I'll document the entire journey here on this channel. I hope you'll come along for the ride.